Cleaning supplies on the counter and isobutane for the jet boil. I can't even be bothered to clean it up right now. Okay. This is going to be a little bit of a different entry. I don't even know if I'm going to count it as one of my vlog entries. This might just be what I say it was in the title, which is the plan is to say this is just an update, a channel update, because, well, honestly, it's Monday, August 30th, I think. And that was a weekend. A lot happened this last weekend in my personal life with the van and otherwise. And this channel, I try to spout lots of positivity. Be positive, remove the negativity from your life. And I try to, lead by example, be a positive person. So I'm not going to come on here and be super negative. That would go against what I actually believe. Not just what I wanted my channel to be, but what I actually believe. But I do need to use you as a little bit of a sounding board just to sort of vent some stuff, because I just had a very negative situation, which, at the end of the day was probably mostly my fault. I probably exaggerated it more than it needed to be exaggerated. But part of me also thinks that that's not 100% true, and I can't just continue to blame myself. It's just, I have said before, if you've got negative people in your life, remove them. You don't need to have them. Sometimes that's not an option. Sometimes you're always going to have negative energy around you, no matter what. Do your best to remove yourself from the situations when you can, but you absolutely will have days where you just are smashed by negativity, because at the end of the day, that is what it is. It is that simple to chalk up to it, because when I take a step back and look, it doesn't need to be. And I'm not going to go into details. There's no point. All I will say is, don't automatically give in. Don't always give in to what other people want. Don't just give them what they want to make it easy. Unless it's just a circle of bullshit. Then sometimes you have to kind of make compromises with yourself just to move on with your life. Because I was in a situation where I could have kept pushing and kept what I felt like was standing up for myself. And maybe in a different situation, there would have been a point and there would have been a purpose to do something like that. But I think in retrospect, looking back now, nope, not in this case. I wanted to come out here and do this because the rest of this weekend was super positive. So much, mostly positive. Some of it not negative, jarring. So where do I start? Biggest news. Okay, so if you follow me on Instagram, you've already known this, you've seen it. My biggest inspiration, a very nice gentleman by the name of Valdez, for those that don't know on my channel. He has a YouTube channel called Vancity Vanlife, and he has been living full time in a Ford E250 for the last 4 years. And he was my biggest inspiration for this. There are a handful of people that I watch that inspired me to do what I'm doing, but he was the absolute biggest, and he was in town this weekend, and he put a shout out to his subscribers in Calgary to come down for a meetup, and it did. And hang on. I'm going to try to not fanboy and geek out here. And I was nervous, to be completely honest. I was nervous to go down because we do this. We put these YouTubers on a pedestal. And I said this to him once I got to know him, and I realized that my concerns and fears were completely irrational, which is funny because I already knew that, but still going into it, nervous. We put them on a pedestal and they're just people, right? And I said that to him and he's like, yep, just a dude that lives in a van. So he was super easy to get along with. If you watch his videos and you haven't had the opportunity to meet him in real life, he is exactly like he is in his videos. Super genuine, super chill, so laid back, and so kind. Chrome, I know you're not watching this, but I'm going to say it was a pleasure to meet you, and I appreciated the afternoon. It was super fun. And not just Chrome, but there was a whole bunch of van life people, whether they lived in their vans full time or just had awesome camper vans. came down and we were able to meet each other and look at each other's rigs and just make these connections with humans. And maybe it's heightened because of the pandemic and we haven't been able to do that in a long time, but it was super cool to realize that in my area where I live, there are other people doing what I'm doing, because I honestly thought ignorantly, maybe I'm the only one, which wasn't the case. And it was super cool, super fun to meet everybody. And I was fortunate enough for Chrome to do a van tour. That's something that he does on his channels. He does tours of other people's builds and throws them up on his channel. So I don't know exactly when this video of mine is going to go live. So I don't know if the van tour on his channel of my van is live. I'll add the link once it is, but he's got a lot on his plate, so I don't expect it to be anytime soon. But for this, I will link to his channel. I will link to the van tour when it's live, and I'm just super appreciative. I'm just super appreciative that he was able to fit me into his schedule, because I know time is money, my friends. Not so much. That's not how he approaches it at all. But that was super cool. And I'm so glad that I kind of went out of my comfort zone to do that, because I may seem like this huge extroverted person with this big personality, but if I'm being super honest and candid, I am a bit more of an introvert, and meeting new people and crowds of people do make me nervous. That is 100% how I was feeling going down there, but everybody was chill and it was awesome. Okay, really quick. I'm editing this video and I'm realizing I was quite heightened during the filming of it. I just needed to get it off my chest. And I didn't get to talk about something specific that I knew I wanted to. People may ask, well, if you went down to this van meetup with Chrome and all these other awesome people in the city, why didn't you film a bunch for your vlog? Why wasn't your camera going? But I wanted to just enjoy the moment. Well, that, and I was nervous, as I've said, but I just wanted to enjoy the time there and really experience interacting with these new people and take it all in. And that I might have done a huge disservice to myself for not doing that. But it was important for me to just enjoy the day with my niece, meeting my inspiration, and hanging out with these awesome, incredible people. Now, that being said, I got a buddy who was just as inspired by Chrome as I was, and he's got probably the biggest challenge ahead of him. He's lived his life, he's the same age as me, and he's lived his life without the means of driving. He's been able to take public transit everywhere. I guess that's a positive point for living in the city. And anyway, he is now feeling super inspired to do van life. So he's got to start at the very bottom. He's got to go get his learner's license. And when you get to this age of your life, if you never liked studying to begin with, you're not going to like it anymore when you're older. And he has tried and tried and tried again to go get that learner's. And he, to his credit, he hasn't given up, and he will go again. And who knows, by the time this video goes live, he may have passed the test already. But when Chrome was here, he hadn't yet. So after my van tour, I asked Chrome for a huge favor just to sort of keep that spark alive. And here's that clip. All right, I know you couldn't come today, Chris, and that sucks, but somebody's here. He wants to say something to you, so just listen really closely.
You failed your learners twice?
3 times.
Listen, pro tip. Don't drink before you go take your learners. Trust me, drinking and driving will get you failed every time.
Stay focused and go get that learner's, otherwise how are we going to do anything? Okay, back to the rant/update. And again, other stuff that happened over the weekend. My niece and nephew were here visiting me and their grandparents. I hadn't seen them in a very long time, so that was super cool and kept me busy. I didn't do much with the van, which was fine because I wanted to catch up with them, and that was awesome. Oh, I guess the biggest news, but I mean, I think meeting Chrome and everybody else down at the van meetup was the biggest news. The house that I've talked about on occasion on my channel, my family home, sold. I hope nothing bad happens and they go back on it, but it sold sight unseen for a bit more than asking, and it was super fast, like in 5 hours or something. And so the purchaser wanted October 1st. My parents asked for October 15th. Which is fine, which means I will be in the van full time on October 15th. And I'm fine with that. And a part of me is obviously like, it's happening. But that is a good thing, because if I'm being honest, I felt a little weird saying that I'm a van life channel not living in the van, you know? So now I'm going to be forced into that. And I actually like that. It'll give me maybe not so much a kick that I need, because it was always going to happen, but I may have allowed my lazy side to allow me to have stayed living in the house a lot longer had it not happened. So that being said, I really hope it does go through in that case. But again, on the flip side of that, it's bittersweet. It's actually happening. The family house is going. Byron found out in BC, and he's already having his share of emotions. He's planning on coming back just so we can have one last hurrah with the four of us here, even if it's just to help move some crap out, because there's a lot. We've been here for like 31 years. Well, I haven't been, but my parents have been, right? So it has always been that home base for 31 years, and it's going. So with that happening, I don't know if stress is the right word, but maybe pressure, because I didn't feel, because to me, stress sounds negative, and I never felt negative. It just felt like pressure. Like, we still got a good month and a half. Like I said, I don't know when this video goes live, but today is August 30th. Found out about the house about 2 days ago. So there was an immediate pressure, which I'm now realizing was probably irrelevant, or not irrelevant, but uncalled for that quickly. But I started kicking into high gear. I got to get stuff done. We got to get as much stuff as we can get done on the van with what we have available. Like, I still want, I'm going to be careful with the word need, right? Because let's get serious. So I still want the van to have a diesel heater, because I do have a Mr. Buddy that will work. I want a ceiling fan, because that will be better, but I can also open a door for now, right? And I need a way to charge the batteries other than shore power, because if there's no shore, there's no power. So there are like some big things that need to get done, but I kicked into gear. I was like, what can I do to move forward on what I have going? And I've had a lot going. I've been dealing with my battery issues, building a sealed box for them, which I've done. Well, I'm not done, but I did that today without any filming. That's my whole point, is that everything that I started doing, I didn't film. So I'm going to have to give you a quick update. It is a van update after all. Channel update. Van update. It all is the same. So I was working on the box for the batteries. I started the face of the bed by using leftover laminate boards to cover up the front of the bed. So now it's got a little bit more structure on the bottom, but I still don't have the foam. So I don't want to put a second layer of laminate on top of that to create the lip to hold the foam in, because right now I'm using the air mattress, and the air mattress is bigger than the surface area of the bed will be. So if that second board was there on top, it would be pressing into the air mattress. I've said this before, I feel, and if I haven't, that's why I'm not putting that board up there yet. What else did I start? Maybe I'm freaking out over nothing, and that was it. My brain definitely started with, I'm like, I gotta build an enclosure for the cat litter. I gotta build an extra structure on the very back of the van above that little cabinet that I have at the end of the bed, just for more stuff. Seeing Chrome's van in person definitely was like, yeah, I'm not using my space to the best of its potential, not ability. Potential. That definitely gave me a little bit of a kick in the pants as well. So maybe that was part of the pressure. Maybe I got pressure from seeing his van, and just inspired from seeing everybody else's builds and whatnot. Like, right, space. I've always had that in my head, that utilize the space as best as we can. I don't want this to go on too much longer. I do want to end this because, of course, if you know Chrome, he's big on the stickers, and we finally got some. We got a bunch here. He was handing them out. So we've got, I'm not going to go into a huge explanation, but he's got a bulldog, Cruz. He's awesome. He's actually had two. Go back, watch his channels. Can be an emotional roller coaster. We got a couple of these Cruz stickers, Cruz the bulldog. Those are awesome. Fine spots for them. I think these two are going to go on the cabinet, the tall cabinet with the rest of the stickers from Lindsay and Sadie, and the Joe Boyle one. And I also picked up the classic, which I think I'm going to put right here on the dash. There is my inspiration. Keep it going. Look down, see that. Motivation. And then his newest ones, I think they're his newest ones. He probably has more. Man, I'm a bad subscriber. Weirdos Unite Army. This bad boy, I think we're going to put it on the outside of the van, right at the back, right on the door. That's where I think it's going to go. Should we put it there? That might be a good way to end this video. Let's do it. Okay, I don't really know exactly where this should be going. Right here, I think. I mean, the other option is right there. I don't really want to put it on my bumper, because I think I may end up getting a new bumper one day, and then I wouldn't want to lose it. Although I guess I could just get another one, but I think he's discontinuing some of these. Oh no, what is the least likeliest thing for me to replace? Probably the receiving door. You know what? Before we do that, let's put that cleaning spray to use. It's there. Yeah. I'm okay with that. I was never going to be a big sticker guy out on the outside, but for what it means to me, that looks awesome. Glad that's there. And this one here looks even better. I don't know if it looks better, but I'm liking that. I like the clean look, and it's like no stickers on my dash, but that I am okay with. Oh, I knew it. It worked. It absolutely worked. Reminding myself how much positivity this weekend was filled with helped me feel better about the negative garbage I was dealing with the last few hours. Maybe that's all anybody needs. Find somebody to talk to, find somewhere to vent, get it off your chest. There's something to be said for that. Thanks for watching. This was a totally different one. This was like a total rant, total vent session. I appreciate it if you've made it this far to the end. I'm excited for what's going to come next. I'm excited for the kick in the pants that I got. I am super happy for the inspiration that meeting Chrome and everybody else at that van meetup brought. That's what I wanted to say. I wanted to catch up. I wanted my videos to catch up with real time as quickly as possible, but I haven't even left for the BC trip with my daughter yet to go see my brother. So there's still a lot of content for me to film there, and there's still a lot of stuff I'm going to do in terms of the build with the van over the next month and a half while we still have the house. But I also have to be a good son and really pitch in to get the house ready, like get stuff out. We don't have to really get it ready. We're not showing it. It's sold, right? That's done. Sounds weird to say still. I'm going to film as much as I can with the van build, and so I just don't think that catching up to real time is going to happen as soon as I wanted it to. So I'm sorry about that, but we will get there eventually. Okay, now we done. We out. I see you in the next one.